is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel in NBA 2K21. Today we're going to be trying something new, an idea I had, kind of interesting. I find it somewhat amusing, so we're gonna put it to the test here. What we're gonna try to do is we're gonna take a random player. For this case, we're gonna be going with Jarrett Culver, but it's kind of a challenge. So the challenge is we have 5 years max, and we have to turn this player into an MVP. So some of the rules that I kind of set for myself, they can't play more than 40 minutes a game. Obviously, that would be crazy inflated numbers. Um, they can have the players in the future when I try this again. I can't have anybody over a 79. Um, my target potential, because that's going to be a big thing, a big part of this, is going to be um, low 80s to high 70s. We don't really necessarily want somebody with like a plus potential because that would make it pretty easy. So we're going to try to keep it around a B plus to an A minus. Um, and then another thing, we're going to try to always look for younger guys. Obviously, their peak age is going to be in their low 20s to late 20s. Um, and yeah, that's kind of what we're going to go with here. So my game plan for Culver is we are going to get rid of guys with crazy shot tendencies like Towns and D'Lo. We'll probably keep Edwards for maybe a year just so they can win some games and have good team chemistry and hopefully progress a little for that. Beasley's probably going to go also. I think we're going to start Rubio at point guard because he's got a low tendency and he's got Dimer Gold and he has, I believe, Floor General Silver. Yep. So, and then we'll probably start Nas at center. We're probably going to be pretty bad in the first year. But yeah, we're gonna get these trades rocking. I will show you guys what we end up with for a roster and how we do in the first year. All right, we are back, and this is what the team's looking like now. Pretty much gutted it. So we picked up Boucher and Halliburton, Diallo, Dennis Smith Jr., and that's pretty much it. We did get like 2 or 3 first-round picks in return for, I think, I want to say Towns maybe. I can go look here at the trades we did. So there's a few of them. This one here was for Boucher. We did D'Lo and Noel Ed Davis in a second for Boucher and Lowry. And then we traded Lowry because obviously we're not gonna play Kyle Lowry. So we traded Lowry for Diallo and Dennis Smith Jr., Towns for Halliburton and Barnes, Malik Beasley for a first, and then we traded a whole mess of stuff for Corey Joseph. We're pretty much trying to unload Barnes' contract. And we got a first back in return at 2024. So the plan for the roster is we're going to start Rubio for probably a season or two, and then Halliburton is going to take that role. And once Edwards he's going to progress like crazy. So once he gets to like an 85 or an 86, we're probably going to ditch him and put Diallo in there because he's only got a 50 shot tendency. We're trying to keep guys with low shot tendencies so that Culver gets more touches. Halliburton is obviously low at 40. And then we got Nas, who is 70, which is kind of high. And then Boucher will be our short-term center for the time being. We did put Culver as our number 1 scoring option. Everything else is no preference. And we are going to send him to, mentorship. And I think we're going to have probably, we could use Ant. I'm thinking we probably use Anthony Edwards for the time being. Or we could use Halliburton. He's got some, let's go Halliburton. We'll go with catch and shoot. Maybe we won't use Halliburton. Let's not use Halliburton. Yeah, we're going to go Halliburton. I thought Ant had a few other badges, but we're going to go catch and shoot. We'll go corner specialist, and we will go with Let's go steady shooter. So it'll probably take a while, at least a season, to get even bronze, but we got them going. And then I'm also going to send Halliburton, and then I'm going to put Rubio as his mentor, so he gets Dimer and also floor general. And while we're at it, I suppose we will go with teardropper. He's going to be our future point guard. I think he's perfect with his low shot tendency, but he's going to progress really well. So we're going to get to simulating. I will show you guys at the end of the year some stats and progression. All right, season 1 is wrapped up. We were not good at all. We were actually about as bad as I expected. Hot dog water, to be perfectly honest. But I did look the game before the last game of the season, and Culver was 3rd in most improved. So let's go look at some stats here. He averaged 17 a game with 8 rebounds, a little over a steal. He shot just awful. So he shot 10 threes a game. Wow, 28%, 36 from the field, and 60 from the free throw line. So the plan for sure is I'm going to send him to potential, and I'm going to send the team to free throw. I'll probably do that for the next 2 or 3 years, honestly, because his free throw is very bad. We did at the trade deadline, we got rid of Boucher and brought in Thomas Bryant. Their contracts are pretty similar, but Thomas Bryant is 5 years younger, so we went that route instead. I figure he can be our anchor for the future. He's got some pretty decent badges for how young he is, and his shot tendency is actually lower than Boucher's was. So as for the rest of the team, Halliburton played pretty dang good. Dennis Smith Jr. played really good, actually, in like 20 minutes a game. 16 minutes a game, yeah. His per 36 are probably insane. Yeah, 19 and 7 for... He's gonna... I think the plan, I actually sent him to mentorship with Rubio as well. I think we might eventually, once Rubio, probably in 1 or 2 years when he starts digressing, we will put Smith Jr. at point guard and Halliburton at the shooting guard, and then we'll probably trade Anthony Edwards away because his shot tendency is just too high to have on the team. I think for these videos, we're going to have to keep it under at least like 75 for a tendency. Otherwise, guys are just shooting way too much. I would assume he probably almost led the team in shot attempts. Yeah, he was pretty close, and Culver is our number 1 option, and he's not even on the top 3 priority. So we're going to simulate the playoffs here, and I will show you guys when we get to the progression screen and workouts or training camps. Alrighty, we're here in progression. As you can see, our young guys are jumping up pretty well. Culver went up 3. Rubio did drop 2. I think we'll probably keep him for 1 more year unless he's still got Dimer, Silver, and Floor General, unless I wouldn't think he developed the badge yet. No. So we're going to have to keep him around anyway, just for the mentorship to run out, and hopefully he gets him by the end of the year. If anyone was wondering, the Celtics beat the Suns in the finals 4-1, and Jason Tatum was the MVP. So now that we're here at the training camps, we're going to send Culver to untapped potential. That'll get him up to an A-, and then we're going to send the whole team to free throws. Oh, never mind. We only have 1 camp. Okay. We also did fire Chris Finch, and we brought in Mike D'Antoni. We tried for Michael Stauffer, but he rejected the offer. So we went with the second best, which was D'Antoni. And we're going to probably go 7 seconds or less. Yeah, definitely. So we're going to... Let me look at these real quick again. We did draft this rookie. I didn't draft him. He was the first overall pick. I assume that was our protected top 3 pick that in real life they traded to the Warriors. We might send this guy to the G League for a year and see if he progresses well. His potential is a B plus, so we'll probably send him down there for the whole year and see how he does in his second year, what he progresses to. But other than that, we're going to get the rotation set, and we'll probably have Culver again sitting around 35 to 36, 37 minutes, somewhere in there. And we're going to get to Sim in year 2. All right, we're here wrapping up season 2. For anyone that was wondering, I don't think I mentioned our record last year was 18 and 64. So we did improve this year by, I believe, 9 games. Let me go double check here. Yeah, we were 18 and 64. And I think we won, 27 this year. So we did improve by 9 games. Let's check out some stats and see how Culver did. So compared to last year, he did improve about 3 points a game, rebound and a half a game, half an assist. His shooting splits got drastically better for his standards. His minutes were right around where I wanted them. As I said before, I think I don't want to go over 40 because you can probably cheese the game if you just make a guy play 48 minutes, but he's shooting a lot of three-pointers. I didn't think his three-point tendency was that high. His spot-up three-pointer is an 80, though. That's pretty insane. But yeah, here's the rest of the stats. Edwards did pretty well again. Rubio doing what he's got to do. Not shooting very well, but he's passing the ball well. I still haven't decided if we are going to start both Halliburton and Dennis Smith Jr. and get rid of Edwards, or if we want a running mate for him for the next 3 years and keep Edwards and then just start Halliburton at the point guard. I'm kind of leaning towards that at the moment because I have tested this a few times, and you do have to have at least around, I would say, 40 to 45 wins to even have a guy in the MVP conversation. So with a roster of Halliburton and Dennis Smith Jr., I don't think we're going to get the offensive output as if we had Halliburton and Edwards, so we might stick with Edwards. But we're gonna sim up to the player progression. I do believe we have to sign Culver this year or next year, but I'll show you guys when we get to player progression. Alright, so we're here at player progression. Our center progressed amazingly in the G League. I believe he was at 80 or 79 at the beginning when we drafted him. Culver went up 2. I did look, and I believe his peak age started, I think it was 24 or 23, so he should start getting gradually better, hopefully more than 2 overall at a time at this point now that this is year 3. So everybody else, as you can see, we did re-sign Rubio and Dennis Smith Jr. and Thomas Bryant. Everybody else was player options or still under contract. So we'll have Edwards next year, Halliburton next year, and I believe Culver, yeah. So let's get into some training camps. Hopefully we get 2 this year. The last time I did a sim and I had D'Antoni, we got 2, so we'll see if that's the case again. And we got 1 again, but that's okay. We're going to send Culver back again to untapped potential. It's up to an A-. So we're going to get the lineup set again. I'm going to think this is probably Rubio's last year as the starter, unless Halliburton developed Dimer, which I don't think he did. No, he hasn't yet. So we're going to do Rubio one more time. Halliburton's going to be our 6th man, and we'll get this set and start simming. All right, wrapping up season 3 here. Our rookie did win Rookie of the Year, the center we sent to the G League. Our record did improve, I think, like 7 games. Let me go double check. We had 27 last year, and we're up to 33 this year, so we did improve by 6 games. So we're trending in the right direction. Let's check out some stats here. For Culver, his points went up a little, rebounds just a little. His shooting splits were not that great. His free throws are improving every year, so that's a big thing. Also, 3-point percentage is not looking great. Minutes are still hovering right around 36 a game. Still shooting a lot of three-pointers. Edwards is killing it. That's a given. Rubio's still 9-9. That's what we want from him. We did do a trade at the deadline. We traded Nas for OG. Nas was just shooting the ball way too much, so we had to get rid of him. I think he was shooting like 12 times a game or something, which is insane. When you already have 3 guys taking over 11 shots, you don't need a 4th guy. So yeah, we did improve a little. We're gonna simulate the playoffs here. See who takes this. So my hope is Halliburton does get his Dimer badge, and now that Culver is 24, his peak will start, and he'll start progressing better and more every year. If that's not the case, then we might be in trouble, because 2 years not going to do it. 2 years is going to get us, we started at a 73, 2 years is going to get us to an 83. That's not going to get us an MVP. So maybe we should have tried this first round with a different player. But all right, so we brought Culver back on a 3-year deal. That will keep him here through the end of the video. Hopefully now is the point where he starts progressing a little better, a little faster, and it's not looking like it. So we're gonna have to hope for team play and him carrying his weight and doing enough. I'm going to probably go untapped potential again, because it seems to every year drop down from a A- to a B+. We'll see if that's the case again. But the first time I did it, he did lose his A potential back down to a B+. So we'll see where it's at now. We're an A- to an A-. We're probably sitting at like 92, 91, somewhere in there. Let's go check and see if Halliburton did develop his Dimer badge. He was really close. Doesn't look like he's got it yet. Rubio still is on the roster. He's not going to start this year for us, though. As you can see, he's almost at bronze. He did get Lob City Passer. He should have bronze within the next month or two, and also Floor General within the next month or two, hopefully. All right, so we're wrapping up season number 4 here. Drastically improved. We won 50 games, 17 more than last year. We'll check out some All-NBA teams. I don't think we're going to be on there, but Culver is All-NBA 3rd team. Okay. Defense. No, we got none on defense. We'll go look at some stats here. See how he fared in season number 4. Okay, it looks like career highs in points, rebounds, assists, steals. Definitely shooting. 3-point was up. Free throws improved drastically. And he's still taking a whole lot of 3-pointers. Our rookie Graves, well, not rookie anymore, our center, Edwards killed it. Halliburton as a starter, 9-7. His tendencies are pretty low, but it was working apparently. We won 50 games, so I think if we have a better record next year, we should, hopefully, if he progresses, be able to at least get him into the top 5 voting. As for Halliburton, I still don't know if he still hasn't developed Dimer. I don't know how or why, but he still hasn't developed Dimer. So I don't know. I think I'm gonna probably change his position to point guard / shooting guard. I should have done that probably before, and maybe he would have developed it faster. I'm not sure. All I know is he's been stuck on like a sliver from developing it since 2 seasons ago. So we did make the playoffs for the 4 seed. I don't expect us to go too far, but I think we can maybe beat the Thunder. We did win the season series against them. And we got eliminated in Game 7. That's okay. Year 5, we're hoping for a 1 seed and at least a top 5 MVP vote. Celtics win the championship. They come back 3-1 on the Grizzlies. Tatum's your MVP. We will sim forward to progression, and I will show you guys how Culver's doing after year 4. Alright, so we're here at player progression. Looks like everybody shot up. I don't know why Halliburton went down, and Culver only went up 1. He did get a badge, it looks like. He got defensive leader. Okay, that's interesting. Halliburton still did not develop Dimer. I'm not sure why that the case is being, but we got one more year to do it. I think we bit off more than we could chew being Culver. With the boomer bust system, you never really know. I could do this all again, and he could. I'm going to send him to perimeter shooting. We could do it all again, and he could be an 88 overall. So I don't know, but we did all I think we could have done. We built a pretty solid team around him with minimal shooting tendencies. So we're going to get the lineup set. We did bring back Halliburton, Edwards, and Anunoby. So yeah, we're gonna get this set up and start simming. Alrighty, so we're at about the midway point through the season. We're 27-13, and Jarrett Culver is 5th in MVP voting at the moment. So here are his stats. As you can see, his free throw is still, his 3-pointer is really good this year so far, and his field goal is pretty good also. But his his points per game is up 4. So also Anthony Edwards is, I'm surprised, not on the list actually ahead of Culver, because he is having a ridiculous year, but he doesn't have the rebounds or assists. But his shooting splits are insane. So I figured I'd show you guys that. I'm not too hopeful we're gonna jump up to first by any means unless we have a ridiculous second half of the year. But I figured I'd show you guys. We did get them to top 5, so if that's a consolation, that's the best we did. Alrighty guys, season 5 is a wrap. We did not win the MVP, unfortunately. We did get as high as 3. I kept a close eye on it. I simulated game by game, and we did get up to 3rd, and at one point Culver and Anthony Edwards were in the top 5. But unfortunately, we did not win the MVP. He was All-NBA second team, career high in points, and shooting splits across the board. But we did not win the challenge. So I think we'll let me go look at some career highs real quick before we wrap the video up. Keep in mind, I'd say we accomplished a lot for a guy with 5 badges and an 83 overall. But his career high was 51. Luka went for 70. His career high was 51, 11 threes, 22 rebounds, 8 assists, 7 steals, 5 blocks. So I'd say a pretty decent success. But guys, this is where we're going to wrap the video up. If you did enjoy this type of video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and leave a comment if you guys have a player that fits the criteria and you want me to try the challenge with. You guys have a good one. We'll catch you in the next one.